Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share this little series of videos with you. This is the first video of my special 4-part travel series on solo female travel. For those of you who know me, and for those of you who don't, one of my greatest passions in life, and one of the reasons why I work so hard, is travel. As of the time I'm filming this video right now, I've visited 27 different countries, and more than half of these have been solo trips by myself. I get questions all the time about how I'm able to travel to so many places, how I stay safe, and why I decide to travel solo versus with other people. In the first video of this 4-part series, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why solo travel, especially as a woman, is one of the greatest experiences you can have in life. I'm Sara Stilleke. I'm a scientist, and this 4-part series is all about how to travel the world solo. Before we get started, if you could take a second to like this video and subscribe to my channel, I would be very grateful. This video is going to be all about why you should give solo travel a try. And first, I wanted to share a little bit about my story and how I got started. I started solo traveling in 2018. I had always wanted to travel the world, but it was difficult to coordinate schedules and make plans with other people. I finally decided that I was ready to start traveling and found a creative way to make it work. In 2018, I enrolled in an MBA program at Durham University in the United Kingdom. This program was really cool because it was mostly online, but we also had the option to attend classes for a few weeks at a time in person at the university. I had never traveled solo before and was pretty nervous about doing it, but I figured that traveling to England to take a class for a week with people I already knew from online seemed like a very safe and low-pressure way to do it. I ended up planning a 2-week trip spanning 4 countries to make the most of attending this 5-day marketing class for my MBA in England. I flew from my then home where I was living in Los Angeles, California, on WOW Airlines, which no longer exists, I think, but it was an Icelandic budget airline. I chose this airline because 1, it was super cheap, and 2, there was an overnight layover in Iceland, so I could spend a day at the beginning and at the end of the trip exploring this new country a little bit. From there, I flew to Edinburgh in Scotland for a few days, and then took the train to do my class in Durham, which is a small city in northern England. After that, I took the train again to visit London and Paris for a few days each, before heading back home via Iceland. This first solo trip was so intense, terrifying, and so rewarding. And from there, I took what I learned, and the many mistakes that I made, to get better and more confident with solo traveling. And that's why I decided to create this video series, to share with you my 5 years of mistakes and learnings to help you make the most of your own solo travels. Now, here are the top reasons why you should start planning a solo trip of your own. The first and main reason to travel solo is because it removes the barrier of coordinating and planning with other people. I'm sure you've noticed this, but as we get older, the people around us keep getting busier with careers, relationships, children, and all their other activities. Even scheduling lunch dates with our friends can be challenging these days, let alone a week or more of international travel. I had tried unsuccessfully to organize several trips with my friends and family in the past, and coordinating time off from work, budgets, and personal preferences proved impossible. I finally actually realized that if I don't go to these places by myself, I might never get to go at all. And that realization just wasn't going to work for me, so I realized that I was going to need to give solo travel a try. The awesome thing about solo travel is you are only responsible for yourself. You get to pick your destination, set your own budget, take the time off that you need, and that's it. Logistically, solo travel is so much easier to plan and organize. The second reason why you should try solo travel is because you get to go at your own pace, do only the things you want to do, and see only the things that you want to see. As an example, I'm not a big art museum person. I can wander through the Louvre or another museum for a half hour and enjoy a few paintings, sure, but I'm not the type of person who enjoys spending hours and hours at a museum, admiring every single piece of art. Instead, I'm actually a really big fan of going to the opera. I studied music history in college and have always been in love with all the aspects of the opera. I'm also very aware that the opera isn't everybody's cup of tea, and that I'd rather not spend 3 hours at a museum, and other people may not want to spend 3 hours at the opera. With solo travel, you're able to prioritize the things that you want to do. Do you want to wander around the city without a map and just take in the architecture? Great! Do you want to sign up for a local cooking class? Awesome! Do you want to take a 3-hour nap in the middle of the afternoon? Perfect! Go do that! You really have the freedom to make your own itinerary, or just follow no set schedule at all, whatever feels right to you at that time. I've been to the opera now in 5 different countries, a number which I almost certainly would not have hit if I was traveling with other people. The third reason why you should solo travel is because it's incredibly empowering. Just like in your normal life, you may encounter problems and difficulties during your travels. While these things can be intimidating and scary in the moment, learning how to be resourceful and think on your feet builds valuable life skills that will stay with you forever. Once you experience the ups and downs of solo travel, you will come back with increased confidence and the belief that you really can do anything. In other videos in this series, I'm going to share more about my planning and safety tips for solo travel. But for now, I'll just say that I'm pretty good at planning and take safety extremely seriously. Even then, unexpected things can and will happen. And knowing that you have what it takes to deal with unforeseen circumstances is so empowering. I've had international flights and trains canceled at the last second, been scammed by taxi drivers, gotten lost at night, been unprepared for the weather, and many other inconveniences. But through overcoming those things, I'm now better able to enjoy the good moments of solo travel, because I know that whatever happens, I can take care of it myself. The fourth reason why you should travel solo is because it's easier to immerse yourself in the local culture and open your mind. When you travel with a partner or in a group, it can be tempting to engage more with your travel companions than with the local culture. I find that without that safety buffer, I'm forced to be more introspective and do more reflecting in my own mind. Fortunately, I'm very comfortable being alone with my own thoughts, but thinking back to my first solo trip, this comfort of being alone is also a learned skill that has gotten better with practice. With solo travel, you are more likely to interact with new people and experience things less as a tourist and more as a local. As an example, during my recent trip to Romania, I booked 2 tours. One was a private walking tour with a local guide, and the other was a big group tour, complete with that stereotypical charter bus of 50 other tourists. On the group tour, I felt very much like a stereotypical tourist. We all spoke English and went only to top tourist destinations, complete with tacky gift shops. Now don't get me wrong, I love a good tacky gift shop sometimes. But compared to the solo tour, we casually walked around the city of Bucharest to see more local attractions, ate at local restaurants, and talked about our lives. I feel like I got a much better feel for the local culture as a solo traveler when I had to adapt myself to the culture and not the other way around. These are just 4 reasons, but there are so many other reasons why you should consider taking a solo trip. I am not even exaggerating when I tell you that solo travel has literally changed my life and helped me grow and mature so much as a person. I've gained so many incredible life experiences and really do feel like I can overcome anything. If you're on the fence about taking a solo trip, I hope this video has convinced you to give it a try. In the next part of this 4-part video series, I'm going to talk more in depth about how to plan your solo trip so that you can feel prepared and confident on your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.